because I feel like every artist, every person, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Like you'll see someone getting like crazy opportunities or like doing something and you're like questioning everything about yourself. Like, why am I not doing this? And like I've been recently trying to like switch my mentality to be like, okay, be happy for them. Like they obviously deserve it. They're getting these things for a reason. And like forcing yourself to comment or anything, like it really, like there's a shift. Something happens where you're like, I genuinely feel like so happy for this person and like I want to see them succeed. And then it kind of takes away from your like, oh, poor me, like pity party, you know.
Set 'em on fire. Welcome to my empire.
Super excited to finally sit down with you. I feel like we've been like working together or covering your stuff for the last year or two and like, or running into you at shows, but we never really have time to like have an in-depth conversation.
I know. I'm excited for this. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. And we're actually, like I mentioned over message, but just to have it on record here, this is the All Women podcast. So we're premiering it with you. So this is really exciting for us.
Oh, awesome. I'm honored.
Hell yeah. I know. Yessie and I were talking a month or two ago when the last season ended, and we were like, you know what? There's so many badass women who are rising right now, like doing their own thing. They don't get enough coverage. So we figured why not use our platforms for that reason.
Awesome. And you guys are like, you run the company DUBSTEP FBI. And so it's already all women, which is
right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes. We need to find more ways to continue supporting women and lifting each other up because we're taking over the world, man. So
that's
we got to keep running it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got Lollapalooza coming up this weekend. Dude. Are you like nervous, excited? Like tell us all about it.
Since like the beginning of July, I've just been like, oh my God, it's coming up at the end of the month. Like I've just been preparing and like going over my set every single day, even though it's been finished for like the past week. I'm like, maybe I could do this or maybe I can add this here. I just want it to be like perfect because I've also never played in Chicago, so that's like a new like market that I'm gonna tap into with the fans and stuff. So I want to give them like a proper Steller set. So I've just been like stressed because I also don't have that long of a set and I just want it to like be perfect, but should be fine.
How long is your set?
It's 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of short though. I feel like most sets are 45 or more.
Yeah, the extra 5 minutes like really helps, surprisingly.
I'm curious, what did you do when you got the news for Lala? Because I feel like that's a defining moment in your career.
Yeah, it was like really chaotic, honestly. Like I was at my friend's house and then I got a text from my manager and he was like, I need to know in 5 minutes if you can play Lala or not. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do because also my cousin is getting married in London the day after I play and I had already told her I'd be in her wedding and I was like, okay, well obviously I'm not gonna like pass up fucking Lollapalooza. So I was like, yes, we'll do it. And I was like freaking out just because like I didn't think this early in my career like I would have an opportunity like that. And so I was just like so rattled that it was even happening.
I have the chills right now.
It's like, dude, I would go fucking bananas and go crazy like if I got that text. Like I was like,
I don't even know
what
craziness.
Yeah. So are your stream is gonna or your set is gonna be live stream, right? On Hulu?
Yeah, that and I was literally like, what is happening? When I got the email, they were like, we're so excited to have you at Lala. We want to like stream your thing on Hulu. And I was like, what is happening? Like, and because my set's early too. So I was like, oh, you know, I know they do a stream, but it's usually for like the later acts. And I'm shook. I'm literally so shook.
I was so excited to see that because I was like, hell yeah, I am going to tune in. I'm going to cheer on I'll be there in spirit.
Thank you. Yeah. And they're doing like interviews, like Hulu is interviewing the artists that they're streaming. And I just found this out a few days ago and I was like, oh my gosh, like more stress because I feel like I'm bad at interviews and like even podcasts, I get like so much anxiety that my brain just goes like blank when I get questions. But It'll be fine. It'll be
This is
fine.
perfect timing because
Mhm.
we're prepping you for the
There you
interview.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like debate prep, you know, we got to grill you, ask the hard questions now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. We actually don't have any hard questions for you today.
Okay.
Yeah. And usually like for anyone who like listens to these podcasts, like they'll notice that they're very casual. We just like to have a conversation so that all the
Yeah.
listeners and your fans can see that you're human too. And
Right.
it's not
Yeah.
all about music, and just get to know you more personally and not just all about your music career.
Love that.
Mhm.
I do have to ask though, before we change off the Lala subject,
Yes.
are you sending it to London right after Lala?
Right after my set, which is like chaos, and I'm not ready because I'm the type of person that likes to like have a chill time like after to like really take it all in and just like be there. And I literally have to go straight from the stage like to an Uber to the airport to make it on time. And I still don't know if I'm gonna make it to the wedding. It's gonna be like a
Wow.
hangover. I know.
At least you'll be in Chicago though. I feel like that's less of a trek than Florida to get
Yes.
to London.
It's a direct flight too, which is good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I should make it if all goes well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be chaotic on Saturday.
Damn. Okay, so when does your set end, and then when is your flight?
So my set ends at 1:20,
Okay.
and then my flight's at 5:30, I think. But the airport's like an hour away, and I have to check a bag,
Mhm.
do all that kind of stuff. So we'll see.
You got
Do you have
this.
clear or
It'll be
pre-check?
fine. I have pre-check.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You should be good. I would say get on that clear train too, because
Really?
a lot of these pre-check
Yeah.
lines are, especially in Denver. I feel like
Oh,
Denver's a
yeah.
pre-check hub, and like
Right.
it seems like everybody and their moms has pre-check in Denver. So like
Yeah, that's great.
Chrissy and I both got pre-check and clear, so it's just like
Oh, that's good.
premium status right there.
There you
I always-
go.
I-
You're flying through.
I know. I feel like a celebrity when I go up to the clear thing and they scan my eyes or whatever they do, and then they just let me cut the pre-check line.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't
Next
know.
step, next step is getting a private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally. Well, I'm actually curious because you talked about your manager who's Pepe, right? So how did you make that connection with Pepe being your manager? Because he's very well respected in the industry.
Mhm.
So like, how did that all happen?
So right now it's initially it was just Pepe, and now we brought on Corinne from new management. She has like Side Piece and Henry Fong, Nitty
Oh
Gritty.
wow. Baddie.
Wow.
We're like tag teaming the management thing. But I met Pepe. So in college, I was about to graduate, and I was like, I don't want to be one of those people who like don't get a job out of college. And I was kind of like panicking, and I was like, what can I do to like get into the music industry? Because I also like just didn't know what to do to start like DJing at clubs or anything. So I was like, I'm gonna like message some people who run festivals and try to like work for a festival. And so I messaged him. I was like, do you need any interns? And I sent over my resume, and he was like, no. And I was like, sick.
Oh,
And then,
of
like,
course.
Then literally 6 months later, out of the blue, he messaged me and was like, we're looking for interns. And I was like, okay, well, I still don't have a job, so like let's run it. And then they for Forbidden Kingdom every year they do like an anthem competition.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna like do this competition because I didn't want to just like be his intern and be like, I'm also a DJ and a producer, you know, like put me on. I kind of wanted to like just
Let him
make
come
it
to you.
right. And so I just like did this anthem competition, and I was like, hey, I did this, like if you want to check it out. And he was like, what the fuck, like you made this? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I kind of need like another project, like I should manage you.
Oh,
I was like,
word.
okay, cool. And so that's like kind of how we got started. Yeah.
Wow. And now look at you. I mean, I feel like you guys were known as like the power couple, not
Yeah.
in a romantic way, but still like really well respected, like Yessie said. So it's cool to see the night and day.
I know. I feel really lucky. And it was kind of like when Forbidden was starting to take off. So I feel like I got in at like the
Yeah.
perfect time. Like I made that connection. And then we kind of just like grew together, which was cool.
Was
Mhm.
that anthem, was that the FL sound?
No, this was like, what was it, like 2020 or 2019? It was me and my other friend who's a producer, Selecta, and it was just called like Forbidden Anthem.
Oh, cool.
It's on my
Okay.
SoundCloud. It's not even on Spotify or anything.
Okay. I'm like searching through your Spotify. I'm like, it
Yeah,
has to be
it's up-
FL sound.
Way back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Forbidden blew up in the last few years. I feel like that's one of the premier dubstep festivals now.
Definitely. I feel like after this
Mhm.
past year, like it's just super well recognized by everyone in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So what other festivals do you have lined up? Because I know you've had a really busy summer.
Moonrise is the following weekend after Lolla. And then after that, I don't really have much until Halloween time. I just got booked for Boo in Seattle.
Ooh, fun.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and then there's some like other things on the books that I like can't really talk about, but I'm like so excited.
Mhm.
And I can't wait to announce it, but that'll be for later on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of bookings, I mean, you recently announced that you were with UTA like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, that was also insanity. Like I'm still in shock.
Oh my gosh, huge congratulations. I feel
Thank
like
you
you're just
so
like
much.
leveling up every month. Love to see it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How did you get like connected with UTA? Was it just out of the blue completely or?
So Jake from UTA, we had kind of been following each other just like for a while. And then that Jake and Steve both work really closely with Pepe for like Forbidden Kingdom and some other festival stuff. And I guess they just were like, oh, like this is your artist. This is really cool. We like her sound. And they wanted to sign me. And I was like, fuck yeah.
You're like full send.
Full send. Like I just honestly couldn't believe it. I just feel like super grateful for all these opportunities. Like insane.
Yeah, so much has happened ever since we had you on the Riot Control Radio series. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
holy
my
shit,
god.
dude.
I know. I can't even believe it.
So, like, what advice would you give for other women in the scene who are looking to break into the scene and get to that level where you're getting right now? Because you're like on the rise right now. So, and I feel like at times it can be pretty discouraging, especially since it's very male dominated.
Yeah.
So, like, is there any advice that you would give to those females who are trying to get to that level where you are right now?
I would say like reach out to as many like industry people as you can and like try to network. And even if it's just like you don't have to like push too hard because I'm not like that person that's like, oh, listen to my music, do this. But like even like commenting on their post or being like, hey, like I really like if it's a producer, like I really like your sound, like I want to send you my music just to listen to. Like don't even ask for feedback or anything. Just like build that initial connection with them. And then also there's a lot of good platforms like Jeannie's Girl Gang, which is like all women, and like Jeannie is just super great at like lifting up all the artists on that platform, and that's also a really good one. I would say if you're a female producer, like you should really get on that. And
Yes.
I just feel like the women producers and DJs like are already like kind of a close knit like community, and we all kind of lift each other up, which is really helpful. But yeah, I would say take as many opportunities as you can to do like mixes or podcasts, just like get your sound out there and get your name out there. So yeah, I would say take opportunities and like try your best to network within the industry. Yeah.
That's good advice. Because, yeah, I really believe that it's not about what you know, it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even like with Chrissy and I too, with like DUBSTEP FBI, after meeting Keizo's manager, right away,
Yeah.
he was like, do you want to manage Welcome Records? And we were just like freaking the fuck out.
Cool. I didn't know you guys do that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
We've
Yeah,
kept it on the down low.
we're basically the label managers. We never made an announcement or anything.
Yeah.
Like we just kind of lay low.
That's amazing. Congrats. That's so
Thank
cool.
you. Yeah. I mean, like running off of what you said at first, like recommending commenting on people's stuff. I feel like the more you hype up others, the more they're going to hype you up in return. Like I've seen it first and foremost, like I'll see someone killing it. I'll tag them on Twitter and stuff. And then like they'll start hyping me up randomly. So it's like really full circle.
Positive energy. Like if you feed off of it, like if you see, if you get a positive comment, you're going to want to go and check out that person, listen to their stuff. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah. And like something that I've also noticed just recently in the last few years as I've matured more is that on days where I'm feeling like sad, or maybe sometimes I'll be like, I see all these other people getting opportunities, but I don't get the same ones or whatever it may be. Yeah. If I compliment someone else when I'm feeling like that, it just makes it feel so much better.
Dude, that's crazy because I just started doing that because I feel like every artist, every person, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Like you'll see someone getting like crazy opportunities or like doing something and you're like questioning everything about yourself. Like, why am I not doing this? And like I've been recently trying to like switch my mentality to be like, okay, that's be happy for them. Like they obviously deserve it. They're getting these things for a reason. And like forcing yourself to comment or anything like it really like there's a shift. Something happens where you're like, I genuinely feel like so happy for this person and like I want to see them succeed. And then it kind of takes away from your like, oh, poor me, like pity party, you know?
Yeah. I also feel like imposter syndrome is very real. And like for those people listening who don't know what that is, it's where you're in a position and you don't think you're good enough to be in that position. So like mentally you kind of are like, oh, like I either don't deserve this or I'm going to fail or I shouldn't be here, or like you're just doubting yourself. And I feel like it's hard to take a step back and be like, you know what, I have come really fucking far and I've earned this too. So like just being, it's okay to be confident. Like it's not being cocky. It's just like being happy with where you are and like being super excited about what you're doing.
Yeah, I actually saw a quote recently and it was like, if you weren't ready, then you wouldn't have the opportunity. And I was like, that's true. So I try like every time I like think like, oh my God, I don't deserve this, or like this is insane. Like, what did I do to deserve this? I'm like, okay, you know what? I do deserve this. Like I worked hard and like everything happens for a reason. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't come this far just to come this far. But also like surrounding myself with people who are like, I don't want like Chrissy and I, we both believe that we don't want to be the smartest people in a room. So constantly surrounding ourselves with people that can elevate us and we can help them. Like, it's just pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Like that, I hate it at first, but it just, the long run, it just really, really pays off. Like you just really got to keep pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, but also tell yourself mentally and manifest the good things. Like, yes, I can do this. I am capable. Everything is working out for me. And just speaking positivity into your life.
Definitely.
Like, that can be really hard at times, especially on tough days. Or like what you were saying, that all these people with all these opportunities and you're like, damn, I wish that could have been me. But it's like, you know what? That's their journey. This is my journey. And this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's meant to be. My time will come.
For sure. I couldn't agree more. I just like have recently, I try to have like blinders on and be like, don't compare yourself. Like, everyone's on your own journey, like you said, and like those opportunities will come if they're meant for you. And otherwise, like when I say blinders, because like this is something I talked about like on a different like interview I was doing. I think it's really important to obviously keep up with like what your peers are doing and like what's going on in the industry, but not to get like so caught up in it that you like lose sight of what you're doing. Because I feel like it's really easy with social media to just like get lost in like what everyone else is doing, and it kind of like is detrimental to your own career.
Don't even get me started with social media.
It's a love-hate. Yeah, I feel like what you just said, I literally had that experience in college because I managed my friend's campaign for student body president at Colorado State University. And he always told me, like, you need to focus on your North Star because the other campaigns are trying to distract you. And obviously, like, the industry isn't really like purposefully trying to distract you in the way that I experienced it. But what matters is that you don't lose sight of your goals and where you're headed, because it's so easy to get distracted by other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Good talk right there though. Love it.
I know. I'm like super excited now. I'm really confident. I'm happy.
Like, let's go. But before we get into our submitted questions and our lightning round,
maybe like fix this lamp. Okay.
That's literally me all the time. I'm like, do I look good?
Oh no, it was getting dark and I was like, oh gosh, like first the audio, now no one's gonna be able to see me. Like
Lollapalooza pre-show feels anxious all over the place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can spill, but do you have any upcoming releases that we can expect from you this year?
Yeah, I have one coming up at the end of August. It's an official remix for a bass rush artist. So I'm just gonna say that.
I've heard of one in particular who's
I think you probably know. Yeah. So it's that. And then other than that, nothing I'm trying to think. I have some collabs in the works that are finished that we definitely want to like get out there. So right now just like shopping it around, and then other than that, just nothing really set in stone. Yeah.
We'll go into our submitted questions. So this one, Evan Shomo 2, he asked, what is your favorite festival or venue you have played in?
I think for festival, definitely EDC Orlando, because that was just like such a big moment for me. And that's like a festival that I've been going to for so long before I even started doing this like as a job. So that was definitely like one of the best experiences. And then venues, honestly, like I just played at the San Jose Civic Center, and that was blew my expectations. Like I was so nervous. I don't really play on the West Coast, so like I was like weary of how the crowd would be, but that venue was amazing. The audience was super receptive, and that was a really fun show. So
Did you play with another artist? Who'd you play with?
I opened for Say My Name.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember your EDC Orlando set. That one was sick.
Yeah, I think I met you guys in person for the first time.
Yeah, at the hotel.
Oh yeah, and then we saw her backstage as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was at the moment when I opened the podcast, I was like, we've ran into you, but we haven't got to chat. That was one of the moments that I was thinking of. Cool. Well, we actually have Evan Shomo asked another good question that I'm curious about. Okay. Who is your dream collaborator as an artist?
Oh my gosh. There's like, I have a whole list going in my like notes app of people I want to collab with. But like in a dream world, I would say like probably Pretty Lights or Troy Boy, or Grizz. Those are like my top 3.
Oh, Grizz.
Yeah, that would be like insane. So yeah, I actually like I send Grizz like all my music, and obviously it doesn't get opened. And like the last time I sent him my EP, I literally got like an automated response, and I was like, "Oh, shoot!"
It's actually it's funny that you say Pretty Lights, because I was just listening to your EP like 30 minutes ago before we jumped on the call, and Matt, my boyfriend, Hi Zombie, walked in and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you liked Pretty Lights." I was like, "This isn't Pretty Lights, but that's awesome."
Oh my god, that's such like an amazing compliment, because that's totally the vibe I was going for with the new EP. And like every time I would see comments that were like, "This sounds like Pretty Lights and whoever like had a child," I was like, amazing. This is like exactly what I wanted it to like sound like. So
especially coming from Matt, Hi Zombie. Like that's a compliment right there.
Real recognize real.
All right, next one here from Street Team member Alex. He was just asking, how does it feel to have made one of the most fire Riot Control radio mixes to date?
Oh my god. Wow, that's so nice. That was so fun. That was like my first actual like mix I think I did. And
really?
Yeah, I had so much fun making it. And yeah.
Love that. That's kind of our goal with DUBSTEP FBI, is to like put on rising artists, and then hopefully like they'll just start to blow up. Not because of us or anything, but like just as a homie thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One more question. B Money Mustache 12 is asking, what's been your favorite set that you've ever played?
I think, oh gosh, I don't know. Okay, EDC was really good, but also like there was one night when I was on the tour with Peekaboo. It was like probably like the last night, and it was just like so fun, and everything was going really smoothly, and like the crowd was really vibing. So I feel like EDC, and then like the last stop of the Peekaboo tour was probably my favorite sets.
I totally forgot you toured with Peekaboo. How was that?
Yeah, so fun. And that was my first like actual tour, and I was super nervous. I like didn't know anyone, and I was like, oh, all these guys like know each other. I'm gonna be like the little like no one girl, but Honestly, Matt is like one of the nicest guys I've ever met. The fact that he was there every single night to watch like the opener and watch everyone's sets and support, like that was just amazing. That really like meant a lot to me because I like didn't know what to expect and I was like, oh, no one's gonna be at my set. You know, I'm the opener of 4 people. And like Matt was there, like the whole like all the other guys on the tour were there and like everyone was just like supporting each other and it was a great time.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for headliners who get there at their shows in the beginning of the night to watch the openers and greet them and thank them for coming out and opening. And yeah, like Hayden Kazo, he does that all the time.
That's
I have
awesome.
so much respect for him. Like
Yeah.
even when Christy and I hung out with him for a little bit in Italy, we went to Nameless Festival and he was playing out there and like we went out to support Charlie, aka Acraze, and some other artists there. And he was just like saying hi to everyone and like just being so social and friendly. And like, yeah, we met so many European dubstep artists out there. And he was just like the most welcoming, friendliest guy, inviting them all to the green room. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Aw.
True rave dad.
Yeah.
Love Ray Dad. Okay, well, should we move on to the lightning round here?
Let's go.
Sure. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
These are usually the most fun, I feel like.
Okay.
All right, I'll kick us off. So, what are your must-haves in the studio?
Oh God. I think like a drink and I have my little guy here.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, where's your little mushroom? Don't you have a little?
Yeah. So he's like my little studio companion. But honestly, like I don't require much. Like I just need a beverage and like to be focused, and that's it.
Do you produce on a desktop or a laptop?
Laptop. I need to upgrade too because it's my computer sounds like it's gonna explode every time I open Ableton. Like I'm like, when is this gonna be like my last session? So
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay, correct answer.
Yeah.
PC
Cough,
girl
cough.
over here.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I have another question. Would you rather play at Main Stage EDC Vegas or Main Stage Tomorrowland?
Oh, tough one. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to say Tomorrowland.
How can you
Because
not?
it's like
That main stage this year.
I saw a comment and someone was like, "This looks like Society if," and I was like,
What
like,
is that?
like you know those memes that are like Society if like
Oh.
this happens and it's like this futuristic looking like world.
Oh my God, it totally does. It
it
like
totally
matches the
does.
photo on Google right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's kind of what I thought too. It almost looks like you could enter it and be taken to space.
Crazy. Yeah.
It reminds me of the movie Tomorrowland, the Disney movie. You know how the
Oh,
movie,
yeah.
the Disney movie is literally futuristic. Like that stage literally was like, oh, that's literally living up to the movie, the Disney
Right?
movie.
I thought
Tomorrowland.
Wizard of Oz when I first saw it. I was like, this is
Mhm.
giving Wizard of Oz vibes. But yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. How cool would it be to be part of the stage design team? Like they're just brainstorming to the nines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the budget that they have too, it's like
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
billions. Just kidding.
Right.
Imagine. Yeah.
And like the fireworks that are shooting off on the side of the stage, like that reminded me of the Dubai, like the tallest building in the world in
Oh,
Dubai.
yeah.
How New Year's they always shoot off fireworks on the side of the building.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, goals. I would love to go to Dubai someday. One day.
Same. Wow.
And go back to Greece.
Yeah, you guys were in Greece.
Oh my gosh, we have to talk about Greece really quick.
Yeah.
We were gonna go to Paros, but we couldn't swing it this trip.
Oh, you'll have to go back. That means you'll have to go back.
Yeah, we have an excuse to go back. So
Mhm.
What do you think of Greece?
Oh,
it was like it's literally topped as one of my favorite countries I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Literally.
it was cool too because we had traveled to like Iceland, Italy, and Malta before, and I'm such a picky eater. I didn't really like the food in Iceland and Malta, but then we got to Greece and like everything we ordered was so freaking good.
Oh my gosh. Insane.
Like
the
the
grilled
fried,
octopus.
Yep.
the fried feta with jam. Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
They fry it and they put like honey and like sesame seeds and it's so good.
Right?
So
Yeah.
fucking good. Oh my God.
We were in heaven.
I was so jealous.
I have never had so much cheese in my life.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like breakfast of champions and then lunch and dinner. Like I had it for every meal, literally.
You gotta do it. I eat as much feta as I can when I'm there to like
Mhm.
just get it out of my system because the feta here like just doesn't even compare. So
It's like too salty. I feel like they overdo it.
Yeah.
it's I don't know what it is, but something's not right.
And then the one thing I will say about Greece, the one downside before we change back to the lightning round, is that they were selling sunscreen for 25 euros a bottle.
Oof, that's
I know.
that's a little much.
That's highway robbery, guys.
That was in Milos, right?
And in Hanya too, I think.
Oh wow. Yeah, you guys went like when did you go? June?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It's like
June.
height of season. So they probably know like all these tourists are gonna come, they need sunscreen, we
Right.
can raise the prices. But
Those Greeks.
oh god, yeah.
I would
So
totally go back.
Yeah, that was like a minor inconvenience. I was like almost happy to pay that.
Oh yeah.
Take my money, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one here. Who are your biggest mentors?
Definitely Pepe, I have to say, because without him, I probably like wouldn't be in this position. And he's like taught me so much just about like the industry and like honestly, he's like my therapist in a way. Like we'll just bounce things off each other and he like is filled with like a lot of knowledge about like just the music industry and stuff. So it's really he's helped me a lot like throughout this journey. Yeah, so him like, is this some mentors like in the industry or just like in general?
In general.
Okay. So definitely Pepe. I would say also like my actual therapist, just like I love her and she's like helped me with so much like in my life and just like seeing things from a different perspective and like handling situations differently. I'm just like super grateful for her. Who else? There's definitely more, but those two are like the first that come to my mind.
Every good manager is also a therapist.
Yes. Yeah. And Corinne, honestly, like Corinne has been amazing too. And like we've just been working together for like the past like 6-ish months. But she's also so knowledgeable about everything and like provides really great insight. So I'm glad to have her on the team.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome. How long ago did she start tag teaming management with Pepe?
I want to say like, yeah, like maybe like a little less than a year ago.
Oh wow, surprised I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought it
Mhm.
was just Pepe this whole time.
Yeah,
Oopsies.
no. Mhm.
Cool. Well, we have a couple more questions.
Yeah.
My question is, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what words would you use?
Oh my god, these are hard questions. I would say creative, like hypersensitive, and that could be good or bad. And empathetic.
Mhm. Love that. I feel like those are reflected in your music, like the empathy and the creativity, at least.
Cool. That's good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Okay, 2 more for you. So, what is your dream country to play in?
Oh my gosh. I think it would be really cool to like end up in Greece again because that's where I like started DJing. Although they have like no bass scene there. But like maybe one day if it pops off, like to play there. But also, I think England would be really cool. Like they have a crazy dubstep scene there. Yeah, somewhere in Europe, I guess.
Yeah, anywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
It's funny because when Yessie and I were getting ready to go to Greece, we were like, Greek EDM shows, June 2022.
Yeah.
Trying to find
Literally.
all the club parties to go to. And then I think one night there might have been like a club party, but we were too tired to stay up till 1 a.m. and go.
Yeah. It's all like techno and deep house over there.
There
Yeah.
was a beach party at that one club that you recommended. It was a
Huh.
techno club.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's
Starts with
called.
a B.
Bolivar.
Mhm.
Yeah, Boulevard. Yeah, Boulevard Beach Club or whatever.
Yeah.
And the only thing was party ended. It was, well, first of all, it was 30 minutes away. So we're
Okay.
like not trying to grab a cab
No,
at
yeah.
midnight, two young American girls,
Mhm.
and
No, it's-
then stay up till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. when we had a 9 a.m. flight the following day to go to
oh my
Milos.
gosh.
I know.
And then
Okay.
also like, how are we gonna get home? But then we were like, well, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. When are we gonna come back here? But then also
Aw.
like, we're grandmas, like
Yeah.
also
Aw.
like safety. Like it was just a lot of back and forth. And then we were like, yeah, fuck this, we're going home.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. You'll
Probably
have to go
it's
back.
probably better that we did that.
Yeah. All right. Last question for you. Do
Cool.
you have a pre-show routine?
Yeah. So I started stretching before my shows because I was like, why am I so sore after I play? And I was like,
Mhm.
because I literally don't stretch and I like do a half headbang that's like not natural. And so I like just started stretching and I always have to like at least like have a shot or like a drink to like calm my nerves. And then I just like try to like meditate for a little bit. I just get like really anxious and like people are like, oh, it's gonna get better like the more you do it, and it just hasn't. So like the stretching, the drink, and then I try to like walk. Like I try to like keep moving before like right up until I play. That way I'm not just like sitting there like in my head about everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say that.
I think you have the same pre-show routine as Spaghetti. He literally said the same thing. He was like,
Oh my gosh.
I have to stretch or do yoga, and then I also have to have a drink.
Yep.
Yeah, he says he still gets nerves, but not like nervous, but just like anxious, like he just wants to get
Yeah.
on stage. So
Mhm.
like same feeling.
Yeah. Also, just know that you're gonna fucking slay that Lala set. Like, if you get anxious, just remember us here hyping you up. You're gonna kill it, girl.
I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm excited to hear it. But
Awesome.
well, that concludes the submitted questions and the lightning round. So do you have any final words for everyone who's listening in right now?
Just that I'm grateful for everyone who's been like supporting my project and listening to my music and who continues to do that. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here sharing my music with everyone.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yes, excited to see what you have in the future, and hopefully you can come out here to Denver sometime
Mhm.
soon. Would
Yes.
love
Oh my
to
gosh.
have
I
you
hope
out
so.
here.
Yeah, I love Denver, so that'll be fun.